Hey, we're back. Coon Prairie Ramblers. We're confabulating and mind meandering and talking about this and that and this and that.
Rambling right along.
Whatever, yeah.
Here we are.
We've got Casey and Luke and Melman. And it's time for the
F-bomb. Are y'all ready? Let's get ready to rumble. Here she comes.
Yeah.
I think that motor on that bomb was sputtering
out. It bombed.
I think it took it all it could do to get there.
It bombed. It was a dud. Anyway, what if, there's so much political stuff, baloney flying around these days.
Political.
Let's get political. Yeah. But no more than we have to. Yeah. If you were going to be the president this year, if you got elected, if you fought your way to the top of all those clowns that are
God help us
made
all.
all the promises.
If you were the man or the woman or whatever, what would you do? Your first official act, and how do you think you'd like it? And who would you bring aboard? Like, say, for your vice president or secretary of defense or whatever. I mean,
Surgeon General.
Surgeon General. I mean, you got any ideas?
Well, I have to put together my team, my search team.
The A team, the male team.
I guess
the betting team.
Well, I guess Jeff Johnson would be the Surgeon General.
Jeff Johnson.
You know Jeff Johnson?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna tell him we talked about him on the radio.
Yeah,
He's a local boy. He works trauma. He's trauma surgeon.
Oh, okay.
And
he'll be Bayfront in
unsung hero,
St. Petersburg,
and a really good guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to put a picture of him up while we're talking.
Okay, so
he
we'll
would
make
be my Surgeon General.
Okay, so he's a local guy. So
he's not. He was.
The VP can be a local guy too, right?
Be anybody.
No, be anybody you want.
Be Donald Trump if you want him. He can be Ronald McDonald. Who is Mickey Mouse. Alfred E. Newman.
Well, you left out Ricky McDonald too.
No, I ain't talking about that one.
Oh.
What if we were the president and the vice president and the secretary of defense or whatever? If the Coon Prairie Ramblers took over the country.
What if we were the trio president? They elected three of us at the same time.
Yeah, they couldn't make up their mind. We're in such demand. It's if you take one of us, you got to take all of us.
Yeah.
And we'll throw in Jack and Yerica.
I would think that we'd probably figure some things out pretty good.
Yeah.
We bring some horse sense into the White House.
Exactly, some common sense.
And when you start with that right there, you can weed out a lot of stuff if all you use is horse sense.
But the first thing I would try to do is, before I started trying to change things, I would see what needs fixing.
Yeah.
I'm serious. That'd be my first thing. What needs fixing?
Something that's broken.
And I'd get it fixed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much fraud and corruption in Medicare and food stamps and IRS and all that stuff. That'd be my first thing.
Yeah.
Get some people in there that ain't afraid to stir it up and find out what's wrong. And
well, you know what? If I would say the first thing I'd do is say, let's take our money back. Let's get our money back from overseas.
Where's it at?
Well, the money that let's don't send it out anymore. Let's just hoard it.
Well, you have to send it out because we owe money.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well,
we owe China a bunch of money.
We got to quit giving away so we can start.
We owe China money. Hey, they got Walmart. What else do they want? If they got Walmart, they got us.
Well, okay, get all of our money back. What we going to do about the healthcare system?
Well, personally, that's one of the things I said. I would fix what's wrong.
Yeah.
And one of the things that's wrong is the price of some drugs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I mean, the fact that you can charge an absurd amount of money because somebody's in their weakest moment and they're dying or something.
$1,000 a pill or something.
For a pill. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, I understand that they spent a lot of money to develop that drug and the testing and everything.
Yeah.
But, I mean, come on.
You got it paid for by now. You've made it up.
They spend all this time and money and effort to create these drugs, but they're going to charge so much. Do they care about their patients or not?
No.
If they really weren't caring about the patients, they'd make them affordable for everybody.
Exactly. I'd find out why they had to be so expensive. And I'd outlaw advertising drugs on TV. And I mean, just
That's right.
Viagra, all that stuff. I mean, really get rid of all that. Really, I mean.
See your doctor.
See your doctor. You don't need to go there, doc. I think I need to try out this new
careful now.
Prevacid or something, whatever it is. I read. Well, you don't even have that disease.
That's right.
But I mean, really, do they? And how much money they spend on that? And I'm telling you, the money pharmaceuticals spend
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
courting doctors and nurses.
I can
is
attest to that.
freaking believable.
Yeah.
That's
I would
right.
imagine if you had those figures in front of you right now, it would stagger your imagination.
It would make you mad. I think it would
It would.
infuriate you.
And
when
so
you-
that's part of
you
the,
saw what that money went for.
yeah, that's part of the problem right there. So get rid of that.
As if the doctors aren't making enough as it is.
I mean, the doctors, all you got to do is if you put out a good product, let the doctors know. You don't have to send the most beautiful drug rep
Representative.
in the world in there with fancy meals. Just they come
And to
by
promise
there
you the
and-
moon. That's right, and that's what they
They don't
do.
need to send you on golf vacations or anything
They
else.
do.
Well,
They do.
speaking of golf, are you a golfer, Casey, in the Moonshine Gang?
I have played golf in the
And you,
past,
Luke?
but no, not
I
now.
tried a time or two. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I agree with what Mark Twain said. That golf is a good walk wasted.
Yeah, yeah, and I do it about once every 5 or 10 years.
You
That's
should hook
more
up with
like
Bob Miller.
Well,
and
no,
Bob make a good
so
team.
so this president wouldn't be out golfing. What would the president be doing for leisure?
Camping. This one would be camping.
Camping. Oh,
That'd be
Getting
camping.
in touch with nature, that'd be a great thing.
yeah. Well, this president here would be laying at the beach,
We'd have another
And-
President
and
Jackson.
digging holes in the beach and burying people.
I would be
What?
in the middle of the afternoon. I'd be napping.
Oh yeah. Oh, the napping president.
I would
yeah.
think, I would think up the solutions to a lot of the problems.
Mandatory
Dear-
siestas for everybody.
Exactly.
Everybody go to
Dear
sleep
mind.
from 1 to
Yeah.
2.
Well, you know, they've proved that people are more
That's right.
productive after they've had a nap.
Yeah, and you know, and the first lady could be like Nancy.
Better be your wife.
Like,
Yeah.
like
You don't get to
Nancy
pick
was,
one of those, you know.
Just say no to drugs. And this first lady could say, "It's National Nap Day. Okay, it's siesta time. You know, everybody has to take a siesta.
Just say yes to sleep.
Say yes to, yeah."
If we were the president, if the three of us were in there, we could bring back the fireside chats, and it could be just like us sitting around here with these microphones talking about stuff.
And the little dog.
The little dog, and your friend with the dogs.
Yeah.
You could have like summits too, where you just had a group of everyday,
Yeah.
ordinary Americans you chose randomly throughout the country to come to the White House
Yeah.
and sit down with you and
Boondoggle. Yeah.
talk about their concerns and what's going on.
Yeah, we'd have a summit, and President Putin of Russia, he'd come, and we'd play horseshoes. That would be our summit.
Why would you have Putin?
Really?
Well, because
Just to cater to him?
You want to stay on his
well,
good
you
side
have
or what?
Putin, and you have
I'm talking about the average American Joe.
no. Well, I mean, if, you know, well, a summit is you get the world leaders together, but when you get together, you play horseshoes.
Horseshoes.
Really?
Yeah, you have fun stuff. You don't get together and talk about, you know.
I'm gonna blow you up.
Yeah, I'm gonna
No,
blow
I'm
you
gonna blow
up.
you
or,
up first.
we got to fix this global warming thing. We get together. We're going to have fun, and you know, have music and horseshoes
Would there be refreshments?
and freshmen.
All right. Well, here's
And-
what I would do. If I was going to have a summit about every 6 months or maybe once a quarter or whatever, I would pull in people, everyday people, because we all grew up knowing people who have good horse sense,
Yeah.
our old friends, and bring them in and say, how do you think it's going? Give me a reality check. Not necessarily how I'm doing in office, but what do you think needs doing? I would trust them people more so than I would a lot of what they call the so-called experts.
Well, you know, and there's a lot they really could learn from everyday people.
That's exactly
Bring in
right.
Joe the plumber.
That's right, Joe
We
the
may be
plumber.
on something really big here,
Yeah.
but you know,
You heard it here first. We want royalties.
there's a lot of ways to tell how things are going, and financially, or in the world of you know, salaries and cost. Is a long time ago, my father told me, he said, the way you can judge how much you're making now as opposed to last year, the year before, 10 years ago, or 10 years from now, is how much you can buy with what you make in one day.
Oh, yeah.
You make $25 a day. That's just a random figure. And say you could go out and buy you a pair of boots for that a good pair of work boots for $25. In 10 years, say you're making $250, but you can no longer buy a pair of boots.
Wow.
That's where you kind of gauge
That's a measuring stick for you.
where you're at.
Yeah.
You know, how much groceries can I buy for what I made in one day?
Well, they used to say if you made what you made in a week, or a quarter of your salary for the month was spent on housing, or rent, or mortgage. Back in 1963, my mama made, when I was a little bitty boy,
When I was a little boy.
my mama made $40 a week, and her monthly rent was $40 a month.
Wow, that's a quarter of it.
For a roach trap that we lived in.
Oh.
But anyway, that was a quarter of her monthly income. And that was, I remember when I was in college, that was the rule of thumb, a quarter of your income.
But one of the things that's changed so much now is that we're accustomed to try to get what we are not necessarily need, but what we want. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to have the newest phone, the newest
To keep up with everybody.
newest kind of shirts.
My wife, and she's wanting the latest phone.
The new kind of jeans. You know, the women want to have their Miss Me jeans, or you know,
Peer pressure.
They want to have True Religion jeans or something.
Everybody wants an iPhone now, except for me.
Not everybody.
And me.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I got a flip phone.
We
I'm good
don't.
with that.
Okay. This president will have a flip phone. In
boy.
fact, this president might not even have a phone,
Yeah, I think you need a phone.
except for the one that they, you know, the red one that they carry around in the
The bat phone, yeah, you
the
can carry
bat
that
phone.
around.
Yeah, you need something to case.
Well, that's but the guy walking next to you, he's got a phone. Hey, Mr. President, so and so
Your
just called
entourage,
you.
yeah.
You could be like,
just called you. Can I use my phone?
You'd be like Walt Longmire.
That's right.
They call one of his deputies when they need him, and they hand him the phone.
That's right. He borrows their phone off of Longmire.
And then when he's
funny.
out there too, he does the same thing. He needs to make a phone call, and he'll tell somebody, says, you know, let me use your phone.
I think if I was the president, I could have a little fun. I'd be playing hide and seek with the Secret Service. I'd duck them every time they wasn't looking.
Yeah.
To have them flipping out hunting me.
Oh yeah, and they'd be having fun with you too.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I bet you
They'd
there's-
be panicking is what they'd
I
be
bet you
doing.
there's secret ways out of the White
You know,
House.
Tunnels. They
Yeah.
say JFK had tunnels for bringing his women in back in the
Oh,
day.
boy.
That's what I heard.
So I bet the Secret Service guys had fun with that too.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, we're down to less than 30 seconds, so we're sorry we have to
And-
part ways again.
Fortunately, we're not going to be the president.
We're not going to be presidents.
Or
Don't
maybe
get your
not.
hopes up. Don't vote for me. So anyway, we got to back on out from the little radio station on the prairie, WFLN News Radio, 1480 in Arkadelphia.
Don't trust those dials.